called The MCU Is Dead. I definitely want to watch it. I saw it on my recommended last night, so we're gonna give it a watch. And leave a like on the stream. Leave a like. Check out the Falcon. He only has 861 subscribers. You guys can see it. He only has 861 subscribers. Check him out. Let's go.
The MCU is dead. The series I've grown up with is dead to me. Now, before you go hit that dislike, just stick around and hear my reasons. If you don't like my reasons, then go ahead.
How do you guys feel about the MCU? Where you reach your goal, you look like R? What?
At least hear me out before you bully me in the comments. Okay, with that being said, I want to start off things on a good note. I love Marvel. I love their movies.
You can tell this guy is a new YouTuber. You can tell, but it's all good. It's all good. I want to hear his explanation why he thinks the MCU is dead.
Their characters, their stories, humans gifted with powers and forced to deal with them, forced to live with them, forced to have a choice. Use them for good or use them for evil. I love Marvel. This video is made with love, with passion, with hope. A hope that the MCU will get better. A hope that I can one day say the MCU is once again alive.
I agree.
But
nice take.
Unfortunately for now, it's dead.
MCU fell off, not gonna lie. I mean, it's okay. I don't do Twitch.
Is it dead? Why can I say that? How can a man like me who loves Marvel say that his love, pride, and joy is dead? I may love Marvel, but I will.
What they're producing right now is trash. It's not good.
And oh god, Phase 4.
Don't do it! This was fun! No!
Worst part of the entire movie. If you guys have seen Black Widow, this is literally the worst part of the entire movie.
It's bad.
It's bad.
Not all of Phase 4 is bad. I liked Shang-Chi. I liked No Way Home. I loved Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But when there is something good, there must also be something bad. Eternals, Thor Love and Thunder, Hawkeye, What If, Black Widow, Loki. This list will be much larger.
Wait, he didn't like Loki? I thought Loki was pretty good. In my opinion, I thought Loki was pretty good.
There are more films and shows. So here's why I'm saying the MCU is dead.
Part 1, oversaturation. I agree. Before we watch this next part, I agree. I think Marvel's producing way too much. See, back in the day when Star Wars was first coming out, the reason Star Wars was so special was not only because it was like kind of like a one of a kind of thing, but also because of how rare Star Wars was. Like it would come out. It came out every generation. We had the originals in the 70s and 80s, and then we had the prequels in the early 2000s. It came out once in a generation, which is why like damn near every single Star Wars movie is like a massive box office success. And that's why early Marvel 2 was really good, but now they're producing way too much content. It's not special anymore. It doesn't have the same impact as it once did. I guess it kind of did. I mean, some projects are hit or miss, like No Way Home. The anticipation for No Way Home is in my opinion, I think the anticipation for No Way Home surpassed even Endgame and Infinity War. That's just my opinion. But other than that, like the show, there's too much content to digest, and especially if you want to get into the MCU now, oh boy, good luck. That's all I gotta say.
Previously on AMC's Breaking Bad.
Previously on The Young and the Restless.
Previously in the Suicide Squad.
Previously on The Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the MCU needs that. In the entire Infinity Saga alone, there are a grand total of 23 films. So far in Phase 4, there have been 6 films. We got 1 more coming out.
Hawkeye is mid, not gonna lie. Yeah, I agree with that. I think Hawkeye's the worst show. I never watched Black Widow, heard it was kind of bad. It's pretty bad, I gotta be honest. Disney ruined it. I wouldn't say Disney ruined it. I feel like Marvel was just ruining it themselves.
We've also had 7 shows. That's a lot. Now, let's imagine this. You haven't seen a single MCU film. You then see the trailer for the new MCU Fantastic Four.
Yep.
Wow, I really want to see this. Yep. I should get caught up on the MCU so I can understand exactly what happens in this one movie.
98 hours and 30 minutes later. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, if you want to get into the MCU right now, You have to watch 98 hours worth of 100 hours. You gotta watch 100 hours worth of content, bro. Fuck all that shit.
It really does suck if you go into a Marvel movie only to be confused by everything the characters talk about. In the previous phases, Marvel has focused on the quality of each film. Now I think they're focusing on quantity more. During the Infinity Saga, we would have maybe 2 or 3 films come out each year. This year alone, we've had 2 films with 2 more still coming, and we've gotten 2 shows with 2 more still coming.
Damn.
And I just
Let's double the
wanna say
content.
this. Most of the MCU movies have been the same. Most of the new ones, at least.
I agree.
Villain uses MacGuffin, and so said MacGuffin controls them, making them quote-unquote evil. And then they get redeemed in the end by death. Now, Phase 1 had 6 films. Phase 2 had 6 films. Phase 3 had 11 films. If the MCU can introduce a story into 6 films, why can't Phase 4? There are too many shows and films in Phase 4, and it's honestly overwhelming for me and a lot of people.
I also think that the reason Phase 4 kind of sucks, the phase that we're in right now, is because, like, if you go back to the Phase 1, like Iron Man 1, Thor 1, Captain America 1, all those movies, they led to something, and that all led to the first Avengers movie. They all gotta combine forces and shit like that. But Phase 4, every single project is so random, it's all spread out. There's no continuous storyline other than Loki. I think Loki and kind of Spider-Man No Way Home is continuing the multiverse storyline, but other than that, and I guess Doctor Strange too. I guess I forgot about Doctor Strange. Yeah, Doctor Strange too. But other than that, the rest of the projects have nothing to do with any sort of setup. It's just setting up new people, which is cool, which is fine, but there's no direction at all. I mean, we do know now that they're going to do Secret Wars and King Dynasty, but I mean, there's no like setup. There's like no setup for that besides Loki. There's no setup. Whereas in Phase 1, there was so much setup for the Avengers, and then at the end of Avengers 1, we saw Thanos. We knew where we were going. We don't know where the fuck I guess we do now, because they literally told us where they're going instead of just showing us what might happen. So yeah, my opinion.
And I'm also confused about the overall story in Phase 4, which leads me into my next topic.
He's literally about to go into what I just talked about.
Right at the beginning of Phase 1, we all kinda knew what to expect with the overall story, with the 6th film teasing us about what will come in the future.
What did I just say? Hey, everybody spam dub in the chat. I just predicted what he was talking about. Everybody spam dub.
6 films and 7 shows into Phase 4, and we still have no clue what the story is. We're getting these films and shows introducing us to all these new characters, and that's fine. But there's no overall big main story they're all contributing to. I feel like Disney is forcing Marvel to continue making films so they get money. The Infinity Saga clearly had love, sweat, and tears put into each film. With Phase 4, we have too many jokes, mad VFX artists, and stories most people genuinely don't care about. Also,
I agree.
A lot of the Phase 4 films have been very predictable. And when I say most, I mean all of them. And to prove this to you, I'm going to be predicting a new Marvel movie, The Marvels. Since we already know that Miss Marvel is a fan of Captain Marvel, I'm gonna say when she meets her, she's gonna be like very excited at first, and then realize who Captain Marvel is, and she's gonna be very disappointed and call her out at the end of the second act.
I never actually watched this show. I heard it was pretty. It didn't look like it was for me. The Miss Miss Marvel? Yeah, it didn't look like it was for me. It looked like it was for like teenage girls. So I didn't really watch it. So yeah, Marvel's getting really sloppy. That's what I'm saying. Like the more content they produce, like since they are producing more content, it's not as quality. Whereas back in Phase 1, 2, and 3, they weren't producing as much content, which means they can take more time and more care in the content. It's just like it's like any YouTuber, bro. It's like Mr. Beast. If Mr. Beast posted every single day, his content wouldn't be as quality and as good as it is right now. Whereas, because right now he's like he posts like maybe like twice, maybe 3 times a month, because he likes to take his time and he likes to put a lot of effort into each individual video. So I mean, come on, Marvel, this is simple, basic shit.
Also, the Skrulls and Monica Rambeau have acted like Captain Marvel is the worst being in the entire universe. So I'm guessing we're going to find out why in here. And my guess is that Carol had something to do with Maria's death. Will I be right? I guess we'll find out in July of next year. Now, I've been able to predict every Phase 4 film, except for one. This film is so good that I'm pretty sure no one could have ever predicted what would come out of this masterpiece. And that film is... Also, if a character
Morbius!
dies, I don't really care, which brings me into my next topic. I've been thinking about this a lot during all the Phase 4 projects. Since you guys have time travel, death doesn't matter. If someone dies, I'm not going to be sad.
That's true. That's true. He literally just spitting facts right now. I'm calling it right now. I'm going to predict what's going to happen in Secret Wars. I guarantee you, Chris Evans is going to come back as Captain America, and RDJ is going to come back as Iron Man. It's the only time they can ever do it, so they're going to do it. They're going to do it. Of course they're going to do it. Now, I don't know if they're going to be the main characters or not in those movies, but I'll tell you right now, they're going to be in there. They're going to be in there. It's very predictable. You can see exactly where they're going with this, okay? Whereas in the Infinity Saga, we didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. Infinity War, they lost. I didn't expect that. I started crying. I'm just kidding. I didn't cry. I'm not a bitch. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it was pretty fucking, it was wild. It was wild shit.
You guys can just go back in time and save them. So literally anyone who dies can be saved by time travel. Any mistake you make can be fixed with time travel. Oh no, Joker tricked me. I'm saving Harvey instead of Rachel. Don't you worry, we've got time travel. Now with them introducing time travel, it puts an end to all death. It puts an end to literally everything bad. Anything bad that could possibly happen can now be solved with time travel. Oh no, big villain, we can't stop him. Let's time travel to help our past.
Okay, I see what he's trying to say, time travel, but Marvel literally set up that you can't really fuck with time like that. I mean, I guess you can now because the multiverse is open after Loki, but after Kang Dynasty, after all like this saga is over, you can't do time travel because it literally causes incursions, which means your universe will be destroyed. Your universe is going to be destroyed if you time travel and you fuck with the timeline. That's just what happens, okay? So, I get what he's saying, but he's kind of wrong at the same time.
Everything can be solved with time travel. If the Avengers lose a battle, I don't want to see them mope around since they have frickin' time travel. So since time travel is a thing now, I'm going to add a new scene to Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Me.
Goated scene, goated fucking scene. Everybody spam dub Spider-Man. This is like goated fucking scene. This shit like genuinely, I'll be honest. I'll be completely honest. This scene genuinely made me like tear up a little bit. And then when he's like standing in the rain too, when J. Jonah Jameson is like talking shit about him and then like the screen's right in front of him and he's like, the rain's on him and he's just standing there. That shit got me, bruh. Like Spider-Man is like lit. He's literally the greatest Marvel hero. Facts. There's no competition.
What are you doing, May? Please.
And also, time travel wouldn't fix this, because like I literally just said, if he time traveled and got May back, it would fuck up the timeline, and it would cause an incursion, and your universe would be destroyed. That's literally what happened in No Way Home. He fucked with time, and his consequences were the villains, and he had to put him back. Otherwise, the universe started to crack open and shit. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Time travel?
You just wake up.
Time travel.
The main characters in the Infinity Saga are Steve and Tony. With them now dead, we need a new duo for this multiverse saga. With them introducing so many new characters, you would guess that they would have a new duo, right?
But it's important to remember one thing. You're wrong.
I think we'll know who the main duo is when we get to Avengers 5, but we're 6 films in, and there are no clues or signs to the main duo. Also, the main duo happen to be the leaders of the Avengers. Who are the leaders of the Avengers? Hopefully not her. The main duo are the...
I have to agree with that. I think Captain Marvel's like one of the worst Marvel characters, especially right now. I mean, her first movie was pretty ass, and the way she acted in Endgame was like way too cocky. Like, she has no likable traits. The reason Steve and Tony were so likable is because they felt human, bro. They fucked up and they had mistakes and they had to own up to those mistakes and shit like that, and they had to grow as people. Captain Marvel was already like perfect, and she's so strong, and like there's nothing relatable about that. That's why if she's the captain of the Avengers, I'm sorry, it's just not gonna work.
Selling point of the MCU. If you didn't like Mr. America or Man of Iron back in the Infinity Saga, you were basically screwed, since every film they weren't in, their presence would be felt greatly. I feel like if they had a main duo, it would help out Phase 4 and all future phases in the long run. So that's why I'm saying the MCU is dead. I'm still gonna watch the movies since I'm a Marvel stan, but honestly, I haven't finished What If, I haven't finished Moon Knight, I haven't finished Miss Marvel, and I'm not going to watch this garbage.
Yeah, that She-Hulk trailer. I mean, it looks better now, but I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give She-Hulk a try just because it has Hulk and Daredevil. I want to see Hulk. I want them to do Hulk justice, bro. I need them to do Hulk justice.
Genuinely sad for me to say this, but all the Marvel TV shows have been very mid. After watching Peacemaker, I've been super mad that Marvel can't make something good on Disney+. If you've seen Peacemaker, you know how good it is. Peacemaker alone is better than every MCU TV show combined.
What about The Boys? Have you guys ever watched The Boys? Hey, do you guys know what The Boys is? It's a show on Amazon Prime. Do you guys know what The Boys is? Because that's a good fucking superhero show. It's literally one of the greatest shows I've ever seen in my life. Oh, fuck. Monokage highly recommends The Boys.
Now, I am excited for something coming out of Phase 4, surprisingly. I'm actually pretty excited for Guardians 3. I have so much hope that this film will be good. James Gunn did such an incredible job on the first 2. It would make me so sad to see this film was awful. James Gunn, you haven't disappointed me with any of your films, so don't disappoint me with Guardians 3. But yeah, the MCU is pretty much dead to me. There are too many
It's a dub. Snow, that's a dub. You watch The Boys. I think that's about it.
projects. There's no clear direction. There are no consequences. And
You guys want to do an MCU tier list? I feel like we should do an MCU tier list.